Oh.
Right, there we go. Hello and welcome back to Falcon Blues TV. Now today I'm not joined with Barney, I'm not joined with Dave. I am joined with Farmer Michael and Kathleen, or as they're otherwise known, if I'm going to take the masks off, Stevo and Sinead. Well, listen.
Hello. Only I could take my mask off.
I know, yeah. Well, look, who doesn't wear masks? Look, Marco Silva wears a mask, and when he takes it off, unfortunately, it looks like this. But he's actually modelling this lovely T-shirt, which is coming out for Christmas. You can get it for $16.99 if you cut the middleman out. If you want to get it by P&P, it's £20. And like Batman, like Bruce Wayne asked in Batman Begins, he said to Morgan Freeman, what did he say? Does it come in black? Yes, it does. Comes in black, orange. But it's based off the Kaiser Chiefs football team in Johannesburg. We modelled it after Tom Davis for the Ketwick Kaiser, but it's for all the Ketwick Kaisers out there. Now, I'm sorry about that. I have to get those plugs in. Don't forget to press subscribe. But listen,
Chiefs are a band.
But just want to say thanks again for coming on. And just now, obviously, I've known about you for quite a couple of years. The first video that I seen you do, it would have been the I took a pill down in Ibiza sort of skit, where it became one in, was it in Galway that you said you took it?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago.
And I remember, I think that song, the Mike Posner song, had just come out, and we were driving back, I think, to my house, and it was on the radio, and Stephen was just like, oh, record me there, I'll just sing my own kind of version of it. And it was only like 10 seconds long or something.
Yeah.
And that went a bit crazy.
Yeah, we threw it up, and then a lot of media outlets came onto us and was like, make it longer, do a full version, and we like throw it up. So kind of, it just blew from there then. So we put up the full version. But it was just driving up the road, and it just came to me in my head. I was like, I took some silence down. Let's just record me there for the crack. I have something here. So. But
it's really weird because like that video did so well online, but it doesn't transfer very well live. But I think that's mostly because people don't know where Lochray is unless you're from Galway.
I think it's more that it's song not current.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that was the first one that went over 1 million views?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
See, we do our own work on Falcon Blues TV, you know.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,
but I've recently seen your YouTube channel. It's coming up very close to 200,000 subscribers, which is
it should be millions.
Yeah, I did see a recent video where you were bollocking some of the viewers for not subscribing. So anyone who's watching, get down and subscribe to their channel. It's free.
Bad for that too. I'll watch, like, I'm obsessed with Kitchen Nightmares, and I just watch Kitchen Nightmares, but I never subscribe to it, and I don't know why.
I do it as well, though. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You just watch the stuff.
We need to get our shit together.
There should be a kind of a thing where you have to subscribe to view them or something like that. You know what I mean? So then you'd automatically be subscribed or something. I don't know.
I wholeheartedly agree. Now, is this the Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay we're talking about?
Yeah, I love it. It's
what
like
the fuck is
best.
that?
I'm obsessed.
Look, I would love it if Gordon Ramsay was my boss, you know, because I think he's the funniest cat ever. But what I never understand, why do they never clean the fridge and kitchen before he comes round?
More annoying when he's like, when's the last time we cleaned the kitchen? Like, oh, we clean it every day. And he's like, bitch, really? And they're like, oh, God, I didn't see that.
I clean the kitchen 4 years ago.
Well, I should say, there's always stuff that's proper manky and stuff, but I should have said this before, for all the viewers who might not be familiar with Farmer Michael and Kathleen, don't know where you have been, you have missed out, but if you should like to explain to some of the viewers that might not be familiar.
I think Farmer Michael and Kathleen, well, it all started like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just like a generic West of Ireland farmer and his wife going on a ranch, and then we started doing kind of like, as years went on, more current topics, because people started like asking what would Michael's so they were asking like what would Michael's opinions be on X and Y that was happening in the news and stuff. And then I've always been an Evertonian, because my granddad is from Liverpool, and then it was when Wayne Rooney was arrested that time, was it?
No,
No.
it's when he retired from international football.
Yeah, when he retired from international football, we were like, well, that's current. It was big online, so we did that, and obviously we had the knowledge of Everton and everything anyway, so it just fit in nicely, and then it just kind of
blew up in Liverpool and just in England in general, and then we started like.
Because people started asking like about Michael's views on all things Everton and football. So we're like, well, why not put our interests to use? And
we were like, oh my god, people actually like the football ones. Let's keep doing them, you know. So it's just like it blossomed from there, and then like getting invited over and doing shows over there sold out. It was just like, Jesus Christ, this is brilliant. You know what I mean? We couldn't believe it. Like, you know, Liverpool is our second home now. Like, we love going there.
Because we both hate traveling, we both hate being away from home. But anytime we go to Liverpool, whether it's for a match or a show or just to visit, like we're just so happy to leave our homes and go back to our other home. Like, it's amazing. Like
the first time we went to Goodison Park, like it was insane. It took us about 45 minutes to get to the car.
The car was parked at Sarah Halpin's house.
Number 37.
Yeah, and to walk across the road into Goodison was like an hour.
The amount of people stopping us for photos and selfies and everything, it was just
crazy.
It was insane. I felt like I was a superstar, you know what I mean? Like, it was so mad, but everyone was so nice. You know what I mean? Even people were coming over that you wouldn't really get in Ireland. People that were coming over saying, I don't really like your videos, but fair play to you.
I think you're a great person.
You won't get that in Ireland. If they don't like the videos, they're just, oh, that fucking idiot.
You don't like your videos in Ireland, they wish you were dead. And it's horrible.
Yeah. It's not as big what it is.
It's a bit of a backhanded compliment, though, isn't it? But I actually remember I think it was the last time he went to Goodison, because you got a picture, Stevo, where the police were like sort of handcuffing you, which I enjoyed that one. Like, but
we were sitting in Sarah's house and we were looking out the window and we saw them all, and I went out and I was like, would you mind taking a picture with my boyfriend? And he was like, oh my god, yeah, I love you boyfriends, and watch always with you, and I love you. And I was like,
even the teams coming, the like bus drivers were like waving at me. It's like, really nice. Hell, everyone knows us. This is weird. You know what I mean? You couldn't get over it. It's crazy.
It's funny you mentioned about your grandfather, because I've actually got that written down on my notes, but like I said, I did do my own work. But I mean, some of my favourite videos myself was, I remember when before Sam Allardyce come in, and Farmer Michael had his own Everton playbook. We sort of got to go for the Everton job, and I remember you saying, Willie Rooney, why have all the women? Why is there all these women around him? They've got the titties out to trap him. And my personal favourite, because my mother's Irish as well, she's from Lucan, it was the thing with Jimmy McCarthy. Why has he got a gun? He's in the IRA, say nothing, which really tickles me. Like,
that was Michael's like interpretation of it, because it's always on about James McLean. It is a great guy. So Michael obviously is a bit dim with it. So, James McCarthy, that's who they mean. So James McCarthy's in the IRA. So it's just, it had to be spun that way, I suppose, because if you just pick on James McLean, you're not bringing anything new to the table. You know what I mean?
Pick on
So it was like, we go for McCarthy.
So I think every small-minded person who doesn't understand the circumstances likes to pick on him. But I think it's fair to say that Farmer Michael, he doesn't really discriminate anyone. He just hates everyone and everything.
That's the beauty of him. He just hates everything. He hates himself. He hates Ireland. He hates the English. He hates the Irish. He will have a go at anyone, really. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, another personal favourite of mine was when you won the GAA, and you were saying it was the greatest day of your life. What about your wedding? No, fuck that. That was the greatest day. Yeah, I mean,
like, we didn't think that would go as crazy as it did, and it's been shared like billions of times all over the world, because it relates to any kind of sporting team.
Your team winning,
And it was like, we didn't even think it was that funny. And I remember we'd watched the match, and then we'd driven back home, and I had like 5 glasses of wine in me, and I was like, I don't even know what we're doing for this. And
I was like, just record me, and I hold the flag, and we start shouting. Like,
I was like, okay.
And as Sinead said, we didn't think it'd do that great, because like hurling is a very Irish thing, so like we didn't think it'd travel with everyone, obviously, because
it could be for any sport or
it could be, this is if blah 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 won the Major League Baseball or whatever, so everyone kind of related to it. So but we never, in a way as well, we don't really like our stuff to be called, that's relatable. We don't ever want it to be relatable. We want it to be fun. You know what I mean? Like, because relatable is like, humans do that. but we always wanted to be relatively surreal as well, you know, at the same time, like, so.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, how does it feel knowing that, like, now your outreach is obviously? I remember seeing interviews where people were telling you you're not even going to get to the west of Ireland and Dublin, but now to see that it's got over to different countries and stuff, it must be at times a bit overwhelming. But you know, you've got to be quite proud of the outreach you've got.
It is very overwhelming, and I think it was only the other night we were putting things into perspective about doing all our promo and stuff for our tour and our videos and all. We were just saying how stressed we were and how sometimes you worry about things, and we kind of put it into perspective then that imagine how stressed and worried we'd be if we were sitting in a 9-to-5 job being accountants or something, and we're like a good stress and a good worry to have, and we're very, very grateful to have this life.
Yeah, because we were thinking like doing that and being two people that suffer from panic attacks, you know, there is stress, but it's a different type of stress. You know what I mean?
It's a good stress.
It's a good stress. Like, it's a good complaint if there is such an oxymoron, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up about the panic attacks, because I know that you were involved with Everton in the community and you visited the People's Place. Now, us on the channel, we've done quite a bit for Everton in the community lately. We did like a 5K run, me and Dave. I'll be honest, I didn't do any running. We walked, but we raised a bit of money, and we had Big Joe Royal over. But what can you tell us about your experience at the People's Place and Everton in the community in general?
Eye-opening. Like, we got a huge tour of everything with Dave Curtis, who does a lot of work there, and he's a very good friend of ours, and Denise Barrett Baxendale as well, and our friend Jim Buckley brought us, and we got a whole tour. We got all the information, and then we all got to sit down around a boardroom, and we got like, it was like a 2-hour kind of conversation and hearing everyone's stories and what they want to do for the future. So it was just really, really nice to be able to learn all about that, because especially with sports in Ireland, like, or just the mental health system in Ireland in general, there's nothing of the sort like that in relation to any football team or any sports team.
That's why they started doing it, because the facilities aren't available.
Yeah.
So for a football team to start like teaching kids and opening a school.
Yeah, that's another thing I found absolutely amazing, is that there's a school.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Like for a football team to like be wanting to open up basically what is like a hospital, more or less. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And
but
it's not heard of here at all. So we're really, really grateful to have been invited and like learned everything about the People's Place, and it was just unreal.
Yeah.
It is an amazing job what Everton in the community do, and really we do a lot more than, let's say, the team over the road, but a lot more than any other Premier League clubs. I was speaking to Graham Sharp last week, and he said that he noticed a lot of teams are sort of copying the model lately. But I mean, it was only about 2 weeks ago, me and Karina from the channel, we went over and did it was like a quiz in the blue base, and we actually come second. So, well, I mean, but if you're not first, you're last, I suppose. But second weren't bad, considering that, you know, it's still got to big myself up a bit there. I'm bragging there that we come second. Really, should be bragging if we'd won it. Should have just lied, actually, thinking about it. But we always appreciate the work that Everton in the community do. I'm actually a mental health support worker in my daily job. I don't think I've ever said that on the channel, but it's great that Everton raise awareness with stuff like this and just sport in general, because like you were saying, there's not a lot of other sports that do it, whether it's rugby or stuff like that.
I think it's very much seen as, you know, you have to be tough and manly and just do it, like just do your job and move on with life. And no one kind of knows the backstories of players or people or staff who work with sports teams or just play sports in general. So it's nice that they've opened that up for anyone, just to come in and chat.
Well, it's a working class game. Working class people, as you know, we're from working class backgrounds, and you hide your weaknesses, because if you don't, you become a victim. You know what I mean? You get picked on, or you get fucking, you know, you'll stand out immediately, and the chances are you get.
I also like to I recognise as well that Everton are very open about their like LGBT policies too, which are really, really nice, and they're never ever afraid to put the rainbow flag on the press and stuff, and they're always very, very doing that more so than the team. So you know, they have space for everyone, and it's amazing.
As well.
That's amazing.
Jesus,
I love it.
What would Michael make of that now?
But I do have to ask, obviously you've got a book that's out available online, but it's called Michael and Kathleen's Glorious Guide to Everton FC. And I believe the physical copies are being released on the 20th of December.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
so
available
it's
online
available
now.
for pre-order now, and physical copies in all good bookstores are available on the 20th. Yeah, we're really, really excited about it. It was such a rush finishing it because we wanted obviously for everyone to have for Christmas. But it was really, really fun and exciting, right?
Yeah, it was stressful. We met with our publisher and he goes, well, if you want it to be out before Christmas and available to pre-order, you will have to have it finished by tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's basically what he said to us, and he was there like, you're not going to do it, and we done it.
And we were like, okay,
let's do it.
We'll do it.
We worked like, we just really went to town. So
yeah.
But it is funny, and it's not just for Blues. Like it's
for any football fans, really.
Yeah,
like it's a funny history.
There's an introduction. There's an origin of football, how football came about. Obviously, then there's a chapter about Willie Rooney and the great Pat O'Sullivan.
Pat O'Sullivan, I was just about to say, yeah.
Michael's greatest player and hero, you know. So yeah, and we talk about another kind of side as well, but let's not name them.
Yeah.
Tranmere Rovers.
Of course, the real team from Merseyside. So, how long in total did it take to write the book, so to start to finish?
I think we first met with our publisher. It all happened within the space of a year, I think.
Yeah. Well, we met first and discussed it. We started then about 6 months ago. And then I got a good bit done, and then we kind of...
Well, we were so busy touring and
stuff, so we kind of...
It kind of fell to the back, but we got it done.
And then we got it done,
great.
yeah. So we went back at it then, and kind of... I think we work better when we're given it like a brutal deadline, you know what I mean? Get this done or it's not, you know, and it's like, oh shit, we have to do it, you know what I mean? So, the gun to the head type of thing. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've pre-ordered my copy for €12.
Thank you so much.
If I don't get it before Christmas, I'll read it after Christmas. I'm working all over Christmas, to be honest. So.
And give it to you for Christmas.
And read it to him. Read it to him at bedtime.
Well, has anyone mentioned any thoughts about doing like an audio book version of it?
They were mentioning that already. Some people were saying that, and I think that'd be like pretty class. Like,
I don't think any of us.
Oh no, you'd have to have Michael and Kathleen doing it. You'd have to, and you interrupt them the odd time.
I suppose.
You know what I mean? But then it gives away the fact that Michael can read. Michael's not meant to be able to read.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we can blur the lines for that one. I think an audio book version would be a big seller for you.
Something to think of.
Yeah, definitely. And we're hoping to a launch for it in Liverpool in the Dixie Dean, which would be amazing.
February.
Hopefully February, early February. So that'd be quite cool, and do a book signing and all that kind of jazz. So
yeah,
that'd be really cool. Like so.
Fantastic. Now, before we go, I do have to ask: do you still have your WWE Championship belt when you did the Conor McGregor video?
Oh, they hang up in my bedroom.
Yeah.
My on the roof, because I have loads of wind chimes and stuff, so I like hang all the belts in between the wind chimes, and they hang off my roof.
Fantastic. Now, where we film here, this is upstairs in the Falcon pub. Two of my cousins own this with 3 good friends. We've actually got a wrestling belt in the office that is getting used for a FIFA tournament in the future. But one of my favourite lines from that video was, "Why have you got a WWE belt? I can transcend any sport," which always makes me laugh.
Because that's something he would say, Conor McGregor would say. So we were invited to go on to like Ireland's Got Talent, obviously the cousin of Britain's Got Talent, and they were on
Ireland
about,
does no talent.
Yeah, but they were on about that, and like they wanted me to do a Conor McGregor impression. I was like, I don't do that. That's Michael doing a Conor McGregor impression. Oh, we'd love you on the show and stuff. They kept ringing us, and we were like, nah, I don't think this is for us. You're just getting us on to kind of humiliate us. And I was like, we don't need it, so we don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So
thank you. Next.
Yeah, you have to protect the character too. You know what I mean? So, and they'd have just watered it down, and they would have done the usual wide-angle lens of crowd coughing, not laughing, even though that was taken during a break. You know what I mean? So.
Sure. I mean, you're really smashing it now. I mean, book, documentary, music video as well. I mean, what's next? A film, maybe? Going to the cinemas? Who knows?
Jesus, we're not too sure yet. We're hopefully doing a pilot for kind of a talk show soon. So,
Yes,
but that's in
so
very early stages.
we are preparing for that. It will be out probably next year. So
Yeah, hopefully.
just gotta wait and see.
If everything goes well.
That'd be a really interesting idea to do, actually. Yeah.
That's exclusive.
Oh, wow. You get all the exclusives, yeah. Unlucky all the other Everton channels. I'm not going to name them, but they're all nice. They're all nice. They're all Everton.
Yeah, exactly.
But listen, I can't thank you enough again. Now it's the 20th of December. If you want to buy it already, you can go and get the online version. It's €12, which converts quite, it's a very reasonable price for the low price, and I'm sure it'll be very entertaining. I'm looking forward to getting my copy. I'm gonna have to do another shameless plug for these as well. Look.
Yes, I think Michael should do a shameless plug for them.
What's he wearing, Kathleen?
He's
wearing a bra, is it?
No, look at this lovely shirt and just say something nice about
Earwig Chiefs, is it? Is that what it says, Kathleen, on his shoes?
No.
Look, geez, he's a bottom. He's a good looking man,
He's
Kathleen.
very handsome, Michael. But we're talking about the shirts.
2019, Kathleen. He's a good.
And his good friend,
body
Michael, his good friend Marco Silva's always wearing one as well.
Where is he?
He's beside him there. He has his mask taken off.
Yes.
That cunt, he's dead, Kathleen. No,
He's died.
Marco Silva's dead. And God rest his soul in hell.
But be sure to buy one, guys. They're amazing, and we're very, very happy.
I better get a free one, Kathleen. I don't do these things for nothing. How much are we getting paid to be on this video, Kathleen? I better get
Michael,
some
just say
cash,
thank you.
Kathleen.
Just
I
say
don't want
thank
any checks.
Just say thank you.
Thanks, you cunt.
Thank you.
Listen, thanks again. And don't forget the viewers to go over and subscribe to the channel because it's always very entertaining. Well,
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
Right, and we normally start off with it's a long story, but there's a guy who's working on the Bramley Moore Stadium. Now last year, Dave said his name was Colin Chong, which I found really hilarious. I thought it was a fake name, but this guy is real. So we always start off with up the fucking toffees, Colin Chong.
Up the fucking toffees, Colin Chong.